Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. See, this is why it's important that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, okay? Because you see, when the feed drops, there is nothing I can do. I cannot send you a link, so I just have to continue the program. So it's why it's very important that you subscribe to the channel, okay? Yeah. All right, guys. So I was saying before the feed fell. And of course, I'm going to do a playlist, right? Whenever the feed falls, I do a playlist and I send it out to persons so that they can basically watch it seamlessly, right? For those persons, for some persons, when the feed falls, I lose them, but they wait for the playlist so that they can watch it again seamlessly. So I'll send out the playlist for you guys. But I was saying, okay, before the feed, but I was talking about the Ananda alert. Before I segue into my next story, I was saying that it's every time I give out an Ananda alert, it pains my heart because our teenagers, our young people, our children, they are going through so much. You understand? And we keep on hearing people talking about how COVID-19 affects them. I keep on telling you, children are not affected by disasters like pandemics and floods and hurricane and all these earthquake and all these kind of stuff. What really affects children is how you treat a child. You understand? Abuse, any kind of abuse, whether it is sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, neglect. All of these are the things that affect a child. You understand? And whenever I see these things, it hurts me because it hurts me because I remember my childhood. I remember what I went through as a child, and thank God for healing me. But my heart hurts for the other children, what they are going through. You understand? Guys, we have to protect our children. They are the future. Don't complain about society if you treat your children, you understand me, like this, because remember, hurting people hurt people. And you can't say things about the gunmen and the rapists and all these persons when you yourself, they were children once, and depending on how you treated that child determines the adult that he or she is going to be. Yeah? You gotta think, guys, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And I am going to segue into this other story as I'm on the subject of abusing our children. So, meanwhile, sexual abuse among young children as young as 2 years old has increased due to the COVID-19 lockdown, according to Dr. Bradley Edwards, Senior Medical Officer at the Maypen Hospital. The medical practitioner, has labeled some of the cases as being very vicious. His words, very vicious. He is quite concerned about the great number of minors, believed to have been raped or sexually molested during the stay-at-home measures implemented to curb the spread of the virus. If you look at the statistics involving children, he says, most of the rape cases are between the ages of 10 and 14. But our cases right now are in the 2 to 2-year-old age group. Those cases we would only see once in a blue moon, but we're now seeing a sharp increase in the last month. The gentleman told the Sunday Gleaner. For the whole year, we would probably have one or two cases involving this age group for the whole year. But now we have seen at least 9 cases in 1 month. We're not used to seeing those numbers, and it is very alarming. Some of the cases are vicious, very vicious, he says, noting that almost a dozen children have been admitted to hospital for sexual abuse just last month. He pointed out that in addition to the psychological trauma, some children also suffer irreparable physical damage. Because of COVID-19, the children are at home longer with the perpetrator. He charged, noting that the hospital has been working with the police to investigate the cases. Edwards' concerns followed local and international reports about an increase in child abuse, as well as the number of children who have gone missing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Guys, can I tell you something? And I'm just going to give you a little snippet, and because it's not about me, it's about me sharing the news with you. But so I'm not looking for sympathy when I speak. Understand where I'm coming from when I speak. Okay, I sometimes speak because I want to put things in context so people can understand that when I speak with authority on a particular subject, because I have knowledge about the particular subject matter, right? So I'm just going to give you just two snippets of two incidents that occurred to me, not make it about me, but to show you what I'm talking about, so that when you hear the stories on the radio, and when you see what's happening, and when you hear persons calling for the resignation of Delroy Chuck, you understand why. Okay? 9 years of age. I was 9, guys. I was 9 years of age when a trusted adult put his tongue in my mouth. 9 years of age. To this day, I remember it. That's sexual harassment, guys. 9. I wouldn't have been at that time filing a report. At 10, I wouldn't have been filing a report. At 11, I wouldn't have been filing a report. Do you get what I'm saying here, guys? So putting a statute of limitation on sexual harassment, you understand what I'm saying? That's why I bring it to your attention. Number 2, a couple years ago, not a couple, several years ago, my child's father, and my son is an adult, he said to me, and he's dead now. My son's father is dead. But he said to me when he was alive, and we had a conversation, he reminded me of an incident that occurred when I was a teenager, when I was raped. And guess what, guys? I forgot. Because my mind, the defense mechanism that is our mind, is of such that it blocked out. Because maybe if I remembered, it would have damaged me more, and I wouldn't have been who you see right now. But I blocked it out of my mind, guys. I did not remember anything about that incident for all of my life. It happened when I was a teenager, and I forgot until several years ago. It was brought back to my memory. My memory was triggered because of what my child's father said to me about what happened to me when I was a teenager. Yeah. So the point is, people talking about how can you forget being raped? Yes, you can. It happened to me. I'm not telling you this because I'm looking sympathy from you. God, my Father, the Holy Spirit, Spirit of knowledge, has healed me. I'm quite fine. I'm saying it to you so you can understand what other women who do not have the resources that I have at my disposal in terms of my connection with that higher power, what they go through and what they're going through. You understand? And so, persons I hear, if you don't have the experience, guys, it's better for you to keep your mouth closed and not say anything than open and say something inappropriate. That's my advice to you. Okay? Because unless you walk a mile in somebody's shoe, you don't know what they're going through. So you cannot say things. And I've heard a lot of inappropriate remarks. Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, said, even a fool, when he keeps his mouth closed, is considered wise. So guys, 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. And understand what women are going through. Unless you have been through it yourself, you don't have a clue. Okay? So when people are calling for Delroy Trust resignation, let them. They know why they're asking for it. That's the point. Because Jamaican society is a patriarchal one where too long, our men take us women and treat us with such disrespect. You see, I am surprised at the men that I see who are married because it is an indictment on the women who live with them, because I know the way they behave in public. I can only imagine how they behave in private. And we women need to have some pride and dignity You understand? And not put up with what the men are dishing out to us as women. Yeah? And too long, men are slapping us on our bottoms, touching up our breasts, doing all manner of things to us. It's sexual harassment. And we accept it. We put up with it because we want a promotion and we want this job, this high paying job, or we want to have this car or this house or whatever it is. Why you choose to allow a man to degrade you? You understand? But enough is enough, because guess what? Because you allow it to happen, the men believe that all women are up to it. And then when you're not up to it, the question is, how are you a farm? I've been asked that. How are you a farm? How who you think you are? You think you're nice? You think you're better than Mary? Are you better than Jane? Huh? That's what we're facing, guys. That's what we face every day. Huh? It's high time. We're in the 21st century. It's time, right, that we see changes. And so we're calling for reformation in this country. We want to see reformation in all the different sectors. You understand? Because the country is broken. Yeah. I give you a story. Yeah. You have a house and the house is dirty, but you want visitors to come to the house because you want money. And so you invite visitors and you go far and wide and you get the visitors and you bring them to the house. While what you did, you sweep the dirt underneath the rug and you keep the bathroom door closed. The bathroom is filthy. The plan is the visitors to come and spend an hour and then they go. So they wouldn't need to use the bathroom in that short period of time. But one day, a visitor asks to use the bathroom. You can't lend them the bathroom because the bathroom is filthy. So the visitor went away without using the bathroom and went and tell her friends. Then the pipe broke in the kitchen and the water went up and wet up the carpet, and the carpet had to be taken out and all the muck under the carpet was exposed. And so all the visitors ran out and they too went and tell their friends, don't go to that house, it's very mucky. I leave you to fill it out. This morning I'm in a paraboletic mood. I feel like Jesus this morning telling parables. But I'm sure you get the picture, guys. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Yeah? This is our country that we're living in. Yeah? This is our country. And I'm telling you guys, God is not pleased. God is not pleased with what's happening. Almighty God is not pleased. I hear people say, how much we are blessed. And when you see, we don't get an hurricane, and we don't get this, and we don't get that because we are blessed. Let me tell you something. If that was the reason for countries to have disasters, Jamaica would have one every day. The way we are so corrupt in this country, if that was the criteria for disasters, we would have one every day. Because understand this, God falls his rain on the just and the unjust. So it's not because you are so blessed why we don't have hurricanes and all other disasters hitting us. And if you think I'm joking, wait and watch and see what's coming. And then when it happens, tell me, oh, you're no longer blessed. So when the earthquake hit and devastate us, we won't be so blessed anymore. Huh? Be careful what you say, guys. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Understand who God is, our creator who created us. You understand? And the children are crying out to him. The babies are crying out to him. These 2-year-olds are crying out to him. These 10-year-olds are crying out. These 9-year-olds are crying out to him. And he hears. You understand? And let me tell you, your day of reckoning is coming. That's why sometimes, guys, when some things happen to some people, you wonder, and you say, oh, them dead bad. You wonder. You'll get me. Because if you know the life that that person led, that was too good for him. Yeah? Guys, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. Take back our country from the gunmen. Take back our country from the rapists. Take back our country from the pedophiles. Take back our country from all these corrupt politicians who are building, capturing public land and building on them. That's a story that I should give you, you know. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to give it. If I don't give it to you today, I won't give it. You wonder what I'm talking about? Trust me. I have that story for you. I'll give it to you. If I don't give it to you today, you'll get it tomorrow for sure. Yeah, guys, it is serious. It is serious. But COVID-19 came to wake us up. You understand? Yes, it took some people, and we are sorry. And our hearts go out to the families. Sincere prayers and condolences. But a lot more good have come out of COVID-19 than what bad has come out. And all this talk about bailing out companies because of COVID-19 nonsense rubbish. I don't even want to hear anything about all of that. You see, because you were in problems before COVID-19. Because COVID-19, 3 months could not run you bankrupt if you were not already on your way to bankruptcy. And taxpayer money is not going to bail you out. Continue news, guys. So, yesterday, the Jamaica Observer is called yesterday, the 28th of June 2020. Bloody Sunday. Yesterday is Bloody Sunday. So, before I give you that story, guys, let me show you the other story that was on the front page of this morning's Gleaner, right? So let me show you. All right, so look on the, so this is the other story, guys. Can you see it? Yeah. See? That's the other story. Yeah. That is a picture of a popular artist here in St. James. So let me give you the story. Excuse me. So, as I said, the Jamaica Observer called yesterday, the 28th of June, a bloody Sunday following the death of 3 persons in St. James and Kingston and St. Andrew. Popular hardcore dancehall artist Reagan King was up too late yesterday evening in emergency surgery after he was one of the 3 people shot, one fatally, by unknown assailants in an incident in Westmoreland yesterday afternoon. A woman was shot and killed, and another man shot and injured during that gun attack. And if you notice on that front page of the Gleaner story, the woman has been identified as his girlfriend. Okay. The deceased, who has been identified as Sasha Lee Blackwood of an Irwin Meadows, St. James address, and according to the Gleaner, she is the girlfriend of the DJ, right? That 2 women were killed in a shooting incident in Trenchtown, St. Andrew. Now, I hear some people say Rema, and I say Trenchtown. So I don't know if it's one in the same place or Rema in Trenchtown. I don't know the geography like that, guys. I can't tell you, but I was telling what the story says. All right. So let me give you the St. James story first. So the one involved in Reagan. Early reports are that shortly after 3 p.m., the entertainer, whose given name is Matthew Smith, was traveling in a convoy of 3 motor vehicles along the street main road in Bethel Town, Westmoreland, and I have an idea exactly where that is, when one of the vehicles was involved in a collision. The occupants of the 3 vehicles converged along the roadway as repairs were being effected to the damaged vehicle involved in the accident when a silver motor vehicle drove up. One man reportedly stepped from the car and started to fire shots wildly at bystanders, an eyewitness said. Where Blackwood was pronounced dead. Reagan King, according to a police source, was reportedly shot in the back, the chest, and foot. The other injured man's condition was not considered life-threatening. He was reportedly shot in the feet. Reagan King is known for songs such as Tough, Powerful, One Time, Amazing, Me, Myself, and I, New Machine, and many others. The 25-year-old, that is Reagan King, hails from Montego Bay. Ironically, the parishes of Westmoreland, Hanover, and St. James are currently under a state of public emergency. That's me putting that into, Continue with the news. As news that the artist was shot spread, a large crowd converged on the crime scene. In the other incident, that the one in the corporate area in Kingston, the police gave the names of the deceased women in Trenchtown as Shanake Ebanks and Tamara Phillips. Both were said to have been killed along 4th Street in the community early Sunday morning. The police have not made a breakthrough into any of those killings. This, of course, is a developing story. And according to the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, MSJ, the second plume of the Saharan dust, which has been affecting the island since yesterday, is expected to remain across Jamaica until Tuesday, that is tomorrow, June 30th, the last day in the month. At the same time, a weak trough is expected to remain across the island over the next few days, while windy conditions are expected to persist across the south coast into tomorrow due to the presence of a low-level jet stream. The Met Service also said a tropical wave is approaching the eastern Caribbean. Isolated showers and thunderstorms are expected over sections of south central and the western parishes tomorrow, Tuesday. So, since I'm on the subject, let me just give it to you. Since I'm on the subject, so let me give you the forecast, weather forecast. Okay, the weather forecast for tomorrow, mainly sunny and hazy. Isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms across sections of the central and western parishes. On Wednesday, partly cloudy morning with possible isolated showers across eastern parishes. Widely scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mainly across sections of the northern and southwestern parishes. And for Thursday, partly cloudy in the morning, isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mainly lots of rainfall in the western side of the island where we are. Up until give it international. Let me give you the story. I'm not going to give much commentary on it. I think it is self-explanatory to some extent. But if you need more information, and tomorrow I can go into my 2 cents concerning this story. But I just have to give it to you because it is just too blatant, too in your face, too arrogant, in my opinion. So listen to the story, guys. Embattled St. Anne's Bay Mayor Michael Belnavis is a director of a private company that captured government land and constructed a building in a daring disregard of the country's laws, which the corporation he leads is expected to enforce. A Sunday Gleaner probe uncovered this, Amid insistent Sunday Gleaner queries last week and a refusal from Belnavis and the parish authorities to answer questions, news filtered in on Friday that the unfinished structure which stood up Thursday evening was gone by Friday morning. Them tear it down. The Sunday Gleaner investigation has also uncovered that when whispers started growing louder about the construction, the firm, City Mall Management, rushed to submit a letter requesting a no objection from the St. Anne Municipal